a week away today from Origin Game 1 in Townsville.
Yeah, how exciting. And look, I've been working with Gordy for 10 years. It's been a long 10 years. But when I first met Gordon Tallis, and I didn't understand the enormity of rugby league in North Queensland. And I've got to be honest with you, I don't think anybody, unless you're from there, fully gets it until you see it. The first thing that Gordon Tallis ever told me was about watching your dad, Wally Tallis, play Foley Shield. Yeah. So since then, I went and did a little bit of work about Foley Shield and found out that it's regarded still, if you talk to Bob Catter, if you talk to anybody up there at Mount Isa, Cloncarie, Foley Shield is what counts. They don't care about NRL. If you've played Foley Shield or won that, that's what matters. It makes hair stand up on my arms because next Wednesday night, everybody from around Australia is going to walk down Wally Tallis Way to the game. For you, I know that you've played Origin. I know you've represented your country. But you're a North Queenslander first.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing ever. The reason, I heard of the stories of, the touring English sides going and playing against North Queensland. So you had to play in the Foley Shield. So for the Burdekin, Tully, all those sides, they'd play in Townsville and Mount Isa, and they'd pick a North Queensland team, and the Cliffords and all those cane cutters would be playing, and miners, and it'd be a really tough blue-collar North Queensland team, and they'd go and play against touring Pommy sides or whatever, and they'd hold their own.
Yeah.
And these are cane farmers and, miners and just Townsvillians. And then, fast forward and then you get the North Queensland Cowboys in, or the Marlins used to play, and then they played in the State League. I remember going to the Townsville Sports Reserve and watching Winner Manly come. I reckon in about 1985, I was 12, and they came and trained where the Junior Rugby League was played at Mindon Park. And there was thousands of kids just watching Wally Lewis and Gene Miles run down and Colin Scott just to train before they played North Queensland. They were going to flog our local boys because it was Winner Manly, and they were the best side in Queensland at the time. And then you go to the Cowboys coming in the competition. It took them 20 years, and then they become the best side in the nation. Sure. They won the competition with Jonathan Thurston in 2015, and then, they get this beautiful stadium, and then there's a state of origin. And I just think, for me, even I'm going home. I was going home no matter what, whether I was working or whatever. I was with Yvonne Sampson on Friday night, and we heard whispers. We're sitting on Fox. We're booking accommodation. We're booking flights. I was paying for myself to go home because it's that big, and I wanted to be part of something what I believe is special.
I believe, and you won't say this, but the NRL will have you involved at some point in their...
No, I don't want to. I'm a fan.
They should.
No, I don't want that. I actually don't want anything to do with it. I want to go there as a fan.
Are you working or you're going as a fan?
Guy, yeah. I want to go there, and my mates from Apricity, they're coming, so we're going to go as a fan, go have lunch, and have an Origin experience in Townsville. And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted on Origin Day. I don't want to go and work. You couldn't offer me enough money to go and work. I don't want to work.
It means that much to you.
I want to go as a fan. That's what Origin is to me.
Yeah. I know,
Origin
but we've always worked at it. But for you, you being in Townsville, it means that much to you. Yeah. You would give up. You just want to sit there.
Well, I'm not. I'm going to wear jeans and a shirt. And I'm going to walk along, and I'm going to have a beer in the pubs, and I'm going to get an Origin experience in Townsville because it'll be the last time it'll ever go there.
How much do you think it's going to mean to this town of Townsville and North Queensland? I know that Elliott's in Cairns, so you've got to include Cairns. Rockhampton, it's North Queensland.
I tell you what, you go to the grand final in 2015, you go to Origin, you go to Melbourne, you can see the gum leaves on all the North Queenslanders. Like they walk in there, they go, "Here you go, mate, where's the pub?" The Sydney Grand Final every year. Mate, the Piermont Bridge Hotel.
Half of them didn't even get to the 2015 Grand Final because they'd done a job on themselves. Like, seriously.
They go to the race, they have a
Shane Muspratt and those blokes, they've led a charge there.
So the money they've spent on flights, accommodation, to go watch Origin over the last 30 or so years, to have it in their hometown, and no one is more committed. And I'm biased, no one's more committed to the game than a North Queensland fan. They can travel 3 hours to go watch their team. You can't get someone in Brisbane to travel 30 minutes. You can't get someone in Sydney to travel 30 minutes. Some of those fans, it's the North Queensland Cowboys. Some of them would drive from Cloncarie and Mount Isa to watch them play. And I'm glad that they're getting rewarded with a game there. For me, I reckon if there was a game played, my dad would remember that more than our birthdays.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon your old man would be thinking?
Oh, I reckon it'd be. I don't know. I just think it'd be. I think it's a great reward for all the guys that have given so much to the game. Like
Yep.
back in the day, so there was a guy playing in Townsville or playing in Burdekin, and they were playing for their country. They'd play for the Burdekin, go play for North Queensland, play for Queensland, represent their country. That's what happened.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
But people are going to walk down Wally Tallis Way.
Well, but they're going to walk down all streets to get there. Yeah, look, I think it's fan. Look, and Dad, like that's probably one of our family's greatest achievements, having Dad's name there, and it went to a poll, like it went on TV or whatever to see which name, and you know, and I'm just glad that he's not alive. But I'm certainly going to walk down his street into the game, and it's going to be a great moment.
Look, I tell you what, I'd like to see him walking back out of that street after the game. Wouldn't he be a couple of shades?
I tell you what he'd love, mate. I tell you what he'd love. He'd love a little bar on there, wouldn't he?
Mad
And then just put a toll on there where you just got to have a little schooner or a
Say
little
good day to
pot just
Wally
walking
Tallis.
down the way.
Unreal. Special times next Wednesday, this State of Origin in Townsville.